Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica. If you are new here, welcome. I am so happy to have you. I am so excited that we have more people that have subscribed to the channel, so you'll be here for future videos. I hope that you like what you see, and let's go ahead and get started. So the topic today is actually Estee Lauder Double Wear Light. I am super bummed because they are no longer making the original formula that's been around for years of Estee Lauder Double Wear Light. This is probably, if you asked me what my holy grail was, this was it. It was the foundation that I always bought over and over again throughout the years. It looks beautiful on my skin. I never thought that I would ever want to compare it to anything else because I love the way that it performs. But today, I did go and I picked up a sample of the new formulation of the Double Wear Light. The girl at the counter told me that the new formulation has more shades. It is also a lighter coverage. So I did not get color match, so I'm not quite sure how this is going to look. And I can't really believe that I'm actually putting this up to the test because I love this, but I'm so sad because they're not making it anymore. So if you really like the Estee Lauder Double Wear Light, there are some stores that have like limited supply left if you want to go buy it, but then they're not going to have any more. So let's go ahead. I'm going to do half of my face in the Estee Lauder Double Wear Light original formula, and then the other half of my face in the new formulation and see how they compare. So I'm going to go ahead and start with my Neutrogena SPF of 30. I just do 2 pumps, just like that. And I'm just gonna rub it all around my face. For those of you that are new to my channel, I absolutely love this product. It is so lightweight. It has like this kind of fresh smell to it that dissipates pretty quickly. But I love that I'm getting the Retin-A without having any of the dryness or irritation. I tried using the entire line and I could not do it. My skin started drying out and flaking. So I took everything out and I just used the daytime one with the SPF of 30, and I get Retin-A, I get my SPF, and I just love this. Okay, so on this side of my face, I'm gonna go ahead and put my Estee Lauder Double Wear Light. And all I'm gonna do is squeeze out, that's probably more than I need actually. This is what I usually do for a full face. So you probably only need about 1.5 like squeezes kind of. I kind of did 3 because I'm used to doing my whole face, but I won't be doing my whole face today. The one thing I have to say, if I'm going to compare the Double Wear Light, which I really don't have complaints about, but if I'm going to compare it, the one thing I don't like is the 0.5, this is 1.0. The 0.5 is 2 of an orange yellow base. This is 1.0 and it is dark for my skin tone. It is a little more orange and beige, but a better match than the 0.5 was. So if I was going to have any complaint about this foundation, which in the past I never complained about it, but it is a little bit darker. It makes me look like I have a natural tan all year long. So this is a foundation that I usually reached more for like during spring and summer here in Florida because it matched my skin tone better. Now that fall and winter are coming up, this would definitely, I could thin it out, but it is a shade too dark. So I always made it work because if you look, I just love the way it looks. I have a blemish up here. But the thing that I like about Estee Lauder Double Wear Light, and I always have, is that it makes your face look just naturally flawless without full coverage. It's more of a light to medium coverage, but I like that. I don't like a full foundation where it looks like I'm wearing makeup. So I love how it, you can still see my skin through it, but it just gives a natural glow and prettiness, and it doesn't settle into fine lines or wrinkles throughout the day. I don't have to touch up, so I really like it. Okay, so the shade that the lady gave me was 1N2 Ecru. I was not shade matched, so I'm hoping that this works. Looking at it in the bottle though, it has about the same consistency. Actually, it looks a little thicker than the Double Wear Light. So let's go ahead and see how this goes on. Oh, I have to say, even though I thought it might be too dark, this shade actually looks closer to my natural skin tone. So let's just go ahead and compare real quick. Whoops. I'm making a mess. Okay, so this right here is the new one, and I'm gonna put a little swatch. Here's the old one. So if you look at the old one, this is 1.0, it looks a little more orangey, whereas the new one has more of a brown kind of base tan to it. So let's go see how it compares out when I put it all over my skin. All right, and this is 1N2 Ecru. Oh, I like this color much better. I'd have to say this color, since they have a more of a shade range with this new formulation, is definitely a better skin tone color. As you can see here, this is a little bit more of an orangish color. This one looks much closer to my natural skin color. Oh, I like this color a lot. It still gives me kind of a hint of like a tan look, but oh my gosh. Okay, so right off the bat, I don't know if you can tell this or not, but I'm looking in my mirror over here, and I never ever thought I'd ever say this. I like the new formulation better. Looking at this side, and I love the way Estee Lauder Double Wear Light always was, but it looks more matte, it looks more makeup-y, which I never ever said that before about it, but comparing it to the new formulation, this side looks beautiful. It looks more radiant and natural with like a little bit of a glow to it. I'm really liking this. It kind of reminds me of like the NARS Radiant, what people will talk about. The one thing I will say though is it does seem to have like a lighter coverage than this side over here, but it looks so pretty. I'd say that this is more of a light to medium, and when this starts to sit down, it's more of a medium, and you could probably build it up to a kind of a full, but this side just looks so, so pretty. I can't even describe in words how beautiful it looks. I really, really like the new formulation. So I'm curious to see what you guys think. I've heard some mixed reviews on the product, but just to kind of give you an idea, I have fair to porcelain skin tone, I have pink undertones, and I have combination skin. So I don't know if you have a different skin type than I do, if it's going to sit differently on you, but on my skin tone, I would definitely buy this. It is really pretty. Okay, so let's go ahead and see how it works with the rest of my makeup. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is I like to set my foundation so I don't have like the mascara or powder gets on my face that's easy to brush off. So I'm going to set it with my It by Pores. Any of you that have been watching my last videos, I just bought the Laura Mercier powder, and I actually like that one better than the It by Pores, but sorry, this is very noisy. But I want to use this one up. There's not too much left actually in it. So I'm just using a big fluffy brush. This is e.l.f. Total Face Brush. I'm just going to lightly dust it. I'm kind of patting it because you don't want to like take off any of the product you just put on. So I'm just patting it right in, and I'm not using much at all, just to kind of set it down. Okay, so one of the things that I noticed, if you look, the original side looks still like it's heavier looking in the mirror, just by a tad bit. This side definitely looks more natural. It is a much better shade. It could be that too, to my skin tone, but it just, I don't know. I really, really like the way this side looks. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do my blush first. I love this Bobbi Brown blush in Antigua. It's like a pinkish brown undertone, and it has a little bit of a shimmer to it. But when you put it on the face, it does not look like glittery or anything. It just gives your face like this natural flush. So I go in with my e.l.f. bronzing brush because I love the softness of it and how it's tiered. I'm just gonna go ahead and put the blush on. Okay, and then I recently just like rediscovered this palette that I've had for years. It's my MAC X15 Cool palette. I love this. As you can see, it's gotten a lot of use over the years, but you can do beautiful bronze colors to plum colors. There's some shimmer in here, but it kind of comes out more of a satin than it does a shimmer, except for this silver here. The silver does come out the shimmeriest of all of these. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and find my dual-ended brush, and I'm just going to use the fluffy end, and I'm gonna go in with the lightest white shade right here all over my lid. Because I don't know if you noticed, but I put the foundation right on my lid because I always do that as like a primer to go over to give my eyeshadow a base to work with. But I like this color because it doesn't change. It just kind of makes everything even and gives a great base to start with. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to go with like more of a bronze color today, I think, because I'm going to do something different on my lip than I usually do. So this color right here, whoops, I really like this color. As you can tell, it's a bronze. It's shimmery, but it is so, so pretty on my lids. So I'm going to come out here to the corner. I'm going to go about halfway into my eye. And then I'm going to go on the kind of like the flat end of this brush, and I'm going to bring it up into my crease and a little bit over my crease, so it's like a halo. It will draw my crease to make it look like it's up higher, so my eye will not look as small. Okay, and then I'm going to do the other eye, so I'm going to lay it flat, and I'm going to go about halfway in. And then I'm going to go on the edge, and I'm going to bring it into my crease again. And then I'm going to go up above my crease, just like the other halo, to make it look like it's bigger than it is. Okay, and then right now there's a really harsh line between the top and the bottom. So I'm going to go in and kind of soften that a little bit with this peachy color. It actually does not come out this peachy. It comes out very, very pretty. So I'm just going to use swirling motions with the fluffy end of the brush. Swirling motions to kind of swirl those two, that transition part together, so it's not as harsh. It's kind of almost like a natural skin color. Even though I have light skin, this color comes out more like a natural skin color, but with like a hint of shimmer. It's really pretty. So here we go. Okay, and then to do my crease, I'm going to stay with this palette here and go in with my angled brush, and I'm going to go into this color. It looks just like bark, which it might be, and I'm just going to go in the outer corner and drag it in to about halfway on both sides and let it fade on its own. I really like using shadow for eyeliner because it's not as harsh. It doesn't run down on my face during the day while teaching, and I like it a lot. It looks very natural and gives that shade, so it looks like there's a little more definition down there. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do my brows. One of the ways that I found the easiest with my Benefit brow is to just take this end and push down my brows. And then I take the other pencil end and I just go up and over where I just pushed down to kind of fill in wherever there are any sparse hairs. It looks very natural. It's also very quick and easy to do them this way. And then all I do is I push it back up, and while I'm pushing it back up, it's blending that color in with my eyebrows in that process. So it's doing two things at the same time, and it saves time and it makes it super quick and easy to do your eyebrows. So I really like that. Okay, oh, I forgot my my eyelash curler. So the mascara that I have been loving, because I didn't like how Lash Paradise flakes, I've tried the regular, I've tried the waterproof, it just does not like my eyelashes, is this Maybelline Total Temptation. If you watch my video on this, it takes 2 to 3 coats to make it look like the Lash Paradise. However, it does not flake during the day while I'm teaching. I've been wearing this. I've already bought a second one of it. I love how it elongates my lashes, actually longer than the Lash Paradise does. They're longer because I did a comparison between the two. And I really like the look this gives. So this is just with 1 coat. But look how long and separated they are. I love it. Okay, I'm going to put a second coat on. If you want it to look exactly like the Lash Paradise, you need at least 2 or 3 when I did the comparison video. So that's with 2. So you can see the difference between 1 and 2. It's still elongated, but it's a little darker and more defined. There you go. Okay, and then a little different from my lip today. I had the hardest time being fair to porcelain skin finding a red lipstick. First off, they're either super drying, they look too orange on my skin tone, so I have pink undertones, or I just don't like the way they looked. So I found this. It's a lip glaze. It's Poppy. And I love it because it does stain the lips a little bit, but it is glossy, it is hydrating. It still gives you a beautiful, beautiful bluish red color on your lips, but it's so wearable. So I'm absolutely loving this color. Just have to be a little bit more careful putting it on. Oh, I should say, another problem that I had is when I put on really pigmented or dark lipsticks in the center of my lips, I had the hardest time of it not sticking there. So I'd have a dark lip on the outside, kind of like a weird lip liner. But I find with this, it fills it in beautifully. I absolutely love this lip gloss. So if you are on the hunt for a beautiful red with a bluish undertone, I just love this color. And it gets all into my lips. I don't have any spots that are looking weird on my lip. I will have to say that it is something you will have to, reapply after a couple of hours, but it's very hydrating, and it wears very nicely. It's not gonna like leave weird lines around your lips or anything, but it just is such a beautiful, beautiful color. So if you're on the hunt for red, I highly recommend this one. So I hope you liked the video. I definitely have to say that I was really, really bummed that this was not going to be made anymore, but I'm okay with it now because I actually really like the new formulation better than the original. So if your skin type is different, I know some people who have oily skin said they weren't too fond of the new formulation and they liked the old one better. But if you have combination skin, I am really liking this. Just to give you a close-up again, this side to me, and like I said, it might also be because the color is a little too dark on me, but it looks more makeup-y, and I never thought I'd say that, but I really, this side just looks naturally beautiful, and I really, really like it. So I suggest that if you're not sure, at least go and get a sample of it to try it out, but some of you might actually really like this a lot better, so give it a try if you have not. I hope that you will subscribe before leaving, and I thank you so much for watching my video. Have a wonderful day.